Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lillian Yvette, otherwise known as SavvyClickChick. And if you're just now learning about me, I do videos that talk about how you can improve your life, primarily focused on the challenges and tribulations and trials of my life so that you can learn lessons from them. If you like this video, please remember to subscribe and like it. And please also follow me on Instagram at SavvyClickChick. So today we are talking about my self-esteem journey. This is a very serious topic to me, and it's a difficult topic to share because I just feel like even though I've talked about my relationship journey, different things that I've gone through in terms of my job and things like that, even my finances, this one feels really, it makes me feel very vulnerable because no one likes to talk about the fact that maybe their self-esteem isn't where it needs to be. But as you can imagine, because of all the different things I've been going through in my life lately, it's made me stop and really get very reflective. And in that process, it occurred to me that, you know, what is my role in this? And maybe my self-esteem isn't where it needs to be. And so I'm going to share with you things that have worked for me to help me actually increase my self-esteem so that I can move forward in life empowered and owning my voice, speaking my truth. So tip number one really revolves around taking a hard look at yourself. So remember, other times I've said it all starts with you. You have to love yourself first. But how do you do that? You have to do it by looking at yourself and understanding who you are, your positives, your negatives, and with that, what are you working with? If you don't take that hard look at yourself, you really are kind of dead in the water. And so it can be a little daunting. Once you start to reflect on yourself in that way, you can actually think about, well, what is my self-talk? Because there's always a conversation going on in your head. We all have it. Mom's coming in for Thanksgiving or whatever it might be. You have this running commentary. And sometimes that running commentary skews negative. And that's what you have to be mindful of. One thing that I've started doing in that self-reflecting and looking at myself is when I listen to my inner voice, I think about, would I say this to a 4-year-old? Would that be acceptable? Would I say this to 6-year-old me? So for instance, one of the things I do, this is a picture of me when I was, I don't know, maybe 6 years old? I don't know how old I was. I was little. You can see that I'm really, really little, right? I hope you can see that. I'm coming in, I'm coming out, whatever. But this is little mini me, okay? There is a reason I carry this little girl around because this little girl is precious. She's precious to me. She reminds, in so many ways, but she reminds me of the fact that this is who I am. God forbid if I say something like, oh my God, I'm so stupid. Would I ever say this to this little girl? Would you ever say that to any little girl or little boy? Remember that this little girl, this little being, this little boy or girl is who you still are. Be gentle with her, okay? Speak to yourself kindly. The way you speak to yourself is gonna be a reflection of how others treat you and speak to you as well, okay? So that's number one. Number two, after you've taken a look at yourself, a hard look, and at your self-talk specifically, look at the people around you. Are they treating you with love and respect and generosity and kindness? Or are they diminishing you? Are they belittling you? Are they taking little subtle digs at you? I've talked about this before where I'm the kind of person who, when people would say things to me that actually were, my friend Thomas told me this phrase. He's like, they are what did he call it? They're backhanded compliments. I can't even remember the phrase that he's like, you're going out for that marathon? Good luck with that. You know, it's where it's literally such, it's it's dripping in sarcasm, but it's just subtle enough so that you're like, you doubt yourself. You're like, okay, first of all, maybe they didn't mean it that way. Or secondly, maybe I'm being really insecure. Or thirdly, which is kind of worse, it's like, well, gosh, maybe I just don't have what it takes to run a marathon. You know, where if people get in there and they get under your skin, and if they're in your close inner circle, oh, my sweetie, all that's going to do is just bit by bit by bit by bit chip down and wear down on your self-esteem. And you may think that you're the strongest person in the world. I always did. I always thought, oh, well, you know, maybe they were being mean, but you know what? That doesn't really bother me. I've got thick skin. Screw that. If someone is being hurtful, they're being hurtful. See it, okay? Don't treat yourself badly. Don't let other people treat you badly, okay? So those are the first two. Number 3. This one's kind of nice. Keep a journal, and the first page in that journal should be a list of all your positive attributes. And I know that for me at first this felt uncomfortable because it just, I don't know, it's easy to say, well, gosh, you know, I'm not really good at math, or I'm late all the time, or whatever it is that you might be struggling with. It's very easy for us as human beings, and especially as women, to list all and know and kind of have this running commentary of all of our negative issues and characteristics. I want to challenge you to write down your positive ones. I don't care if it's simply, I like my eyelashes. Start there. But I want you to take 10 minutes. You know what? No, that might be a bit much. Take 5 minutes and literally just stick and commit to that 5 minutes and just start writing. I like this about myself. I like this about myself. And if you're really feeling like you really want to take this even a step further, instead of saying, I like this about myself, instead put in your name. I like Lillian Yvette's smile. I like that Lillian Yvette is giving and gracious. I like that Lillian Yvette really knows how to make people feel at home. I like that da 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 da. So insert your name and actually specifically call yourself out as if you were talking about someone else, as if you were talking about a friend and you were identifying all of their positive attributes. Once you do that, I'd like for you to take that piece in that first page in your journal, tear it out, and then take that little piece of paper and put it somewhere that you're gonna see it every day. So for instance, this picture of me, it's not my list of my positive attributes, but this particular picture is sitting in my bathroom mirror. So it's actually on my bathroom mirror, and it sits there, and every morning I give her a little kiss and I say, good morning, Lily Bean. And I say something that's affirmative for her. And I know it sounds, like I said, I'm a little embarrassed even saying it. We have to start with baby steps, and this is helping me get to a place of self-love, okay? And that's what it's really all about. So take that piece of paper, post it somewhere that you can see it all the time. Or you can take it a step further, post it like on your mirror in your bathroom, and or take a picture of it with your phone, and that way you always have it. You can always refer to it, okay? So those are the first 3. And I have a list of about 7, so stick with me, okay? Because I do believe they're all really, they're really essential. The 4th step is to that journal that we just were talking about, make it a gratitude journal. Every single morning or every single night, you choose. Write down what you're grateful for. Because gratitude is the pool from which you can actually start to see the world in a more positive light and yourself in respect to it. So I don't care if it's as simple as, I love my sparkly, sparkly pillow, or I love my little poof pink pillow that my cousin gave me. Whatever it is, it's like maybe you're grateful for someone in your life, or maybe you're grateful that you just got that job that was your dream job, or that your father helped to fix the fence that fell down, or whatever it might be. Write it down, and there there should be at least one thing that you're grateful for every day, okay? And I think that gets easier with time too. But anyway, that's your gratitude journal, and that's something that I really live by, and I think it's really wonderful, and I hope it helps you. Number 5, this is critical as well. Find a therapist, okay? Therapy, it sounds funny, but I freaking love therapy. I love my therapist. I wish I could see her every freaking day because she gives me such perspective. And I'm fortunate to have found someone who is inherently positive. I guess that's part of her job, but she is authentically encouraging. And when I tend to go back and think about, oh, I should have done this, or I'm not as good of a auntie as I should be, or I should be a better mom, or whatever it is I'm beating myself up about at that moment, she's like, you really think you're a bad mom? And she'll say it in such a way that I stop, and sometimes I just laugh out loud, because then I'm like, you know what, I'm a damn good mom. What am I thinking about? Why am I getting down this little rabbit hole? So a therapist is crucial, because there are some things that we need help with. It's like if you have, a pain that you're experiencing with your heart or your foot or your toe, whatever it might be, you're going to go and see someone who specializes it, like a dentist for your teeth. If you're having heart problems, like emotional heart problems, or if you are just not feeling the same zeal, or if you're feeling a bit of depression, whatever it is, when you take that first step of really looking at yourself, see if this is something that you can do and help fix by reading and meditating and journaling. And if you also, maybe you need someone to talk to, and maybe you even need medication to help you get through this phase in your life. There is no shame in it. Number 6, I've talked about self-care before. It includes everything from eating well, anything that really is all about your physical body actually helps with your physical, with your mental and spiritual state as well, okay? So that one is pretty simple. The other one I want to talk to you about, and I'm wrapping these up. I hope that you're still with me, because I do believe these things are my favorite things to do to help. Do something for others, okay? Volunteer at a kitchen. It's like at the holidays. Volunteer, and you will get out of yourself. You'll realize that every challenge that you might be experiencing is relative. Everything's relative. Sometimes I get caught up in, I can't believe that I got laid off, 15 years of marriage, or whatever it is that the story is that I'm having in my head. Yeah, it may be true, but did anybody die? No. If no one's gonna die, I think I'll be okay. And if you do things that can help them, volunteer at your church, be a big sister, anything that gets you out of your self space that helps others is also going to make you feel better about yourself, because you're doing good, you're actively doing good. So that to me is huge, and it's helped me, and I hope that helps you. So the final 2 things are just as important as the others, but you have to remember these. Shit's gonna happen. You're gonna fuck up. You're gonna either fuck up when you're trying to be on this path of creating self-esteem, and you're gonna fall back, or you're just gonna look back at the past and your past fuck ups. I can do that still nowadays. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. It's okay. We are human. We're human. We make mistakes. We are not perfect. Unfortunately, we're just not. And so because we're not perfect, our lives are not perfect. And if you remember that, you can breathe and say, you know what? I'm going to do better next time. And you can keep it moving. Okay? Don't get caught up in it. Don't go down the rabbit hole. And I don't even know, I'm all off track. I don't know if this is number 8 or what. This is number 6. Who knows what number it is? But this final one is, you gotta keep doing it. This is not something you can do. It's not like a magic pill. You take it and all of a sudden you are cured. No, 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 no. Oh, if I only wish. Literally, you have to keep doing this the rest of your life. You have to constantly be looking at your self-talk. You have to constantly looking at who you surround yourself with. You have to constantly be grateful and doing things for others. This is going to have to be a part of your life from now on, because otherwise you will lose touch with who you really are, and you cannot think that you know what, the best example of this I can give you is like exercise. So you work out, you lose those pounds that you gained when you were over Christmas and the holidays, and you are looking great. You can't just stop eating well. You can't just stop exercising. You can't. It's like if you work out, anyone who works out and you're building muscle and you're building tone, if you stop, it goes away, okay? Your muscles atrophy, you lose that tone and that definition. It's the same with your mental and spiritual state. If you stop, it goes away. It is what it is. But if you remember that, this will become part of just who you are, and you'll keep moving through it and moving through it. You'll be loving yourself more and more, and your life will open up in some really amazing ways. And that is what I want for you. That's what I want for myself as well. So I wish you the best on this journey. I hope that my story, I hope that these tips that have helped me help you. Please let me know if you have other tips that you want to share. Put them in the comments below. Also remember to like and to follow. And I will talk to you guys at a later date. Until then, stay savvy.